Another guy I want to talk about. It was actually funny. I was saying to Britta as we're watching Sean Couturier score the winning goal tonight. I'm like typing up. I'm like looking up Sean Couturier's game logs. I'm like typing up tonight's topic on Coots, and it's like, man, just has not been great lately. And that the game tying goal for Seattle, 36 seconds into the second period, 39, whatever it was.
Yeah,
it's not all on Coots, but he overplays the puck in the defensive zone, totally whiffs, and then reaching for a poke check, it gets deflected, and then Peterson can't track it down, and suddenly we have a tie game that the Flyers had mostly controlled for a lot of the first 40 minutes, and suddenly it's, okay, well, now we're not even playing with the lead in the third. They get it back, and they get it back on a pretty nice play by Sean Couturier.
Yeah.
He wins the faceoff, straight back, goes to the net, gets the tip. Flyers are up 3-2. Last 7 games for Coots, though, no goals, 1 assist. I think this was his first goal in 11 games. He very badly needed this.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping this is the start of something for him.
Yeah.
He hasn't looked great lately. He's been, I wouldn't say he's been bad, but they need more out of the guy who is their highest paid player, their number 1 center, a former Selke Trophy winner. Yes, Travis Konechny is their best player. If Sean Couturier isn't number 2 or at worst number 3, things aren't going to go well. He got back on track tonight, at least in the third period.
Yeah, that was the important part there. You know, I was telling you as well, this was Coots' 11th goal of the season, and I was completely shocked by that because he hasn't been terrible throughout the entire. There was that one spurt where he was scoring consistently, and so that's why I was like, really, 11 goals? All right, well that's kind of where we're at with Coots. But no, we've talked about before that when Coots is on, he is looking like that Selke nominee there. This team is competing with some of the best in the Eastern Conference. So if this team wants to, you know, I'm not gonna toot some horns here, but if this team wants to make a little bit of a run, Coots would have to be the guy to step up and be that guy again. But for right now, I would like the fact that he got this goal, get that confidence back up, and hopefully this starts something for Coots, because we know when he's on, the rest of the team is on as well.
He is, and he's never been like an offensive driver. You know, he is great at getting your team out of the defensive zone and into the offensive zone. And when he first started playing with Claude Giroux, it was like, all right, well, now guess what? You have a great playmaker who can hit you with the puck and it'll go in the net, is basically how he ended up scoring 30 goals. We've seen him kind of take a back seat offensively this season. He's been banged up at points. He's missed a game here or there. It's not like he's missed extended periods of time. But you just want to see him find some consistency. And that's what I want to ask Charlie about when he does join us, because it's not even about what we're seeing out of Couturier this year. It's what you're projecting for him going forward. Yeah. The guy has a basically full no-move clause, I believe, through the end of his contract, which is like 6 more years or whatever it is. And he's your highest paid player right now. Now, in a couple of years when the cap goes up, that 775 isn't going to be a huge albatross, but you are going to need him to be pretty good still.
Yeah.
It's not like he can just disappear and say, oh, well, you know, everything's fine still. No, he's still going to be making a good chunk of money. You need this guy to not just be good this year, but maintain that level going forward. Maybe find a little bit more. For our confidence in him, I'm hoping that this final 29 games now is, all right, this is what we're going to get out of Sean Couturier, and he's going to be one of the catalysts for a team making a run to the playoffs.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun to see what Coots and the rest of the veteran players can do as well. We've talked about Cam Atkinson too, but especially for Sean Couturier, for me, like, he's the tone setter, especially on both. He's one of the few centers that plays both ways, so he's truly important for this team, especially going forward, man.
We all silly like the mayor.